Lucky Lefty Podcast. The Anora Boys, we are in the building. And we are brought to you by Anora Whiskey, AnoraWhiskey.com. It is that premium American whiskey left, AnoraWhiskey.com. And if you choose to drink, make sure that you do so
responsibly.
Let's get it left. Lucky Lefty Podcast. Anora Boys. SD2 Mike's that dude, the original Lucky Lefty himself, MALIK ZAIRE. We are brought to you by Anora Whiskey, AnoraWhiskey.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. It helps with the views. Leave your comments, questions. We indeed respond to all. We are courtesy of Bleav Network. We drop audio edibles each and every day. Drop 2 brand new episodes today. Go tap in with us over at Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And then we are presented by FanDuel. FanDuel.com, or you can download the FanDuel app. As we said before, right now, the betting favorite to win the Heisman at plus 750 is CJ CARR over at FanDuel, and Notre Dame at plus 650 is the odds-on favorite to win the national championship in 2026. You can find that and everything you need to get you lined up with the Super Bowl. That's right, Super Bowl 60. 4.5-point favorites are the Seattle Seahawks over the New England Patriots. You can get your prop bets. Man, all types of stuff. You know the funniest thing left? That people actually bet on whether or not the coin toss is going to be heads or tails.
Really?
I mean, it's 50-50, right?
Yeah, good bet. Good bet. Good odds.
But you can find that much more over at FanDuel. FanDuel.com. Download the FanDuel app. You know I have to get your thoughts, right, about this Bill Belichick thing before we get into these quarterback rankings that came out today.
Got to. Well, I think it's clearly a snub for many reasons, just because of the legacy Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, and just Bill Belichick has carried the NFL narrative for years.
Mm-hmm.
It's been the face of sport dominance for years. It wrote many books about it. There's movies about it. The league is carried through New England because of Bill Belichick. Even controversy has came through Bill Belichick. And for him to be able to withstand and still win, and just the journey to even get there before the Patriots, and just the stories and documentaries about him already, it's just hard to not see him as a first ballot, no question. I mean, the NFL has made so much money off of Bill Belichick in just the NFL docuseries, the interviews, all the stuff they did to enshrine that era that Bill Belichick was head coaching of, and the fact that his resume is not just coaching. He was the GM, he was the coach, he was the strategist, he was the analyst, he controlled everything, cut players, traded players. So just from operational and what he meant to the franchise, I mean, it's if he doesn't get first ballot, then what's the qualification? Regardless of the little deflate gate, even before the Patriots, just his impact on his football philosophy and how it changed the game. He changed the game in defensive strategy.
Yeah.
He made other coaches famous. You know, Saban talks about a coaching tree. Bill Belichick has a coaching tree. Bill Belichick just happens to have all the history of the NFL. Like Like the man is an integral in many different parts of NFL history, just playing a part in it. From going to Cleveland, leaving Cleveland, going to Bill Parcells and his success. I mean, he's got over 20 years of just NFL experience. So to not be a first ballot, it's just like how? It's y'all gonna get political on the, arguably one of the greatest coaches ever. Y'all gonna get that political. Well, what does that say about the rest of the league? What does that say about Tom Brady?
Yeah.
So it's hard to see the NFL do this to what everybody thinks of as the NFL's godfather in Bill Belichick, especially the last 30 years from an influence standpoint. It's hard.
He's one of the greatest ambassadors to the history of the NFL. Like if you listen to him talk about the history of the NFL and its players, he's absolutely fantastic.
Just well-versed in everything.
Yes.
Well-versed in, like you're well-versed in the scripture. He's well-versed in the history. You know what I mean? You just, you can rattle off something quick, just related to the Lord in a positive way, because you just know. You've been around it. You know what I mean? That's like, how is he not? He'll tell you something about a player he had 20 years ago. And how his impact changed his coaching. He'll tell you about something he read in the rules. Because that's the other thing. He know the rules better than anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, the man really has shaped the way the NFL had to respond to him. It's one thing to be good, but he was so good, the NFL had to make rules, had to change things, had to use him as a example. I mean, he's really that's like LeBron not being first ballot. Yeah, you got your opinions of him, whatever, but his impact alone in the league, just come on, man. You would just be a hater not putting him in there. So I don't know what the NFL is going to do about it. If it is what it is, it's just, if I was Bill Belichick, I would sue somebody. So somebody getting sued. How does that happen?
Not sue somebody. That's wild. If you could actually sue somebody to get into the fame. Now here's the kicker, bro. Robert Kraft is going into the Hall of Fame in this class. I think that's why Bill Belichick really wasn't allowed to go in. I don't think Robert Kraft wants to be connected to Bill Belichick in any way, shape, or form.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think Bill Polian says, I'll take the heat. I'll take the heat for it. The true culprit is that dude right there. That was the owner and had to deal with Bill Belichick. He doesn't want to share the moment. Nope. But let everybody get on Bill Polian because it makes sense. I was the GM of the team.
Gosh, that's smart. That's smart, SD. I didn't think about it like that. I've been watching Homeland. I've been watching Homeland for a couple weeks now, and all the intricacies about how you'll think it's something, but it's really something going on, and it really could be Robert Kraft. Look at what he did with the scandal. He made that thing go away quick. And the owner gonna have power over whatever else going on in some way. And Robert Kraft, I'm finna win it this year. I can't share the stage. I'm finna win it this year.
No.
And he probably called Bill. On a cold move, listen, if I wasn't getting in, you be first ballot. But you know how this go, baby. You know how this go, Bill.
I think it's safe to say that Bill Belichick was far more better at coaching than Robert Kraft was as an owner.
Can you say that?
Yes, because Robert Kraft had lean years, some very lean years. And he was the owner when Bill Belichick was losing at the end. He can't separate himself.
He can
You're
separate
connected.
himself. He can separate. If he wins this year, he can separate himself.
What did he do as an owner before Bill Belichick got there?
Okay, then can Tom Brady separate himself?
Yeah, he went to Tampa and won.
Okay, so if Robert Kraft wins this year,
that definitely would go a long way. Absolutely. Yes, but they're not going to win. They're not going to win. They're not winning. That's the thing. They're not winning this game. No. They're not winning this game. If they win this game, I will come on this show the next day and publicly apologize to Robert Kraft.
He saw how Tom Brady did it and said, I need the same type of path. I have to win one without Bill. So we can all be 3 separate entities. If that's the case, is Bill going to get into the Hall of Fame in New England? Or is Robert Kraft going to stiff him on that too?
He would. No, I don't think he would be that petty. He wouldn't be that petty.
How can you be more petty than not allowing a first-round ballot coach be a first-round ballot coach? That's the ultimate petty.
That's exactly what he's doing. And letting his boy Bill Polian take the heat for it. That's exactly what he's doing.
And on top of this, is your guy. This isn't like he's a rival coach. This is a coach that came up under your organization. I don't know. They've been stiffing Tom, stiffing Bill. Tom stiffing Bill.
Somebody in chat said he went to the Super Bowl in '96. Dude, he's been the owner since '88, bro. It was a decade full of futility with him as the owner. And let's not forget who the head coach was in '96. Hall of Fame Bill Parcells. Like, what has he done without a Hall of Fame head coach attached to it? Which, as an owner,
as an owner, that's a great,
But most great owners have Hall of Fame coaches.
Only 3.
Because Mike Tomlin is a Hall of Fame
3,
coach, right?
Denver, the Steelers. No, not even Denver. The Steelers, Baltimore.
Okay, so name
and the 49ers.
What Super Bowl winner in the last decade would you say that coach won't be a Hall of Fame? Because, I mean, most Super Bowl winners are Hall of Fame coaches. I would venture to say that
it's been Andy and Bill for most of it.
Right.
So outside of Andy and Bill, what? One of the coaches this year?
So you got Philly's coach, right? Andy Reid is a Hall of Famer. Sean McVay is a Hall of Famer. The coach who
is Sean McVay a Hall of Famer?
Yes, Sean McVay is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Is he?
Yes, he will be. He
will be. Okay. Oh, I thought you meant like right now.
Not right now, but he will be. Yeah. Andy Reid, Bill Belichick. Okay.
Nick Sirianni is the only one.
No, I would venture to say that.
Well, what's the difference between Sirianni and McVay?
Sirianni has 1.
He been to 2. McVay been to 1 and won 1.
I just think Sirianni. I mean, I wouldn't say Sirianni wouldn't be. We're talking about projection. I wouldn't sit there and just say, no, he won't be a Hall of Fame coach.
What about LaFleur? Is my guy LaFleur on track? Could LaFleur make that move?
LaFleur has to win 1. Who won that Super Bowl for the Eagles? Was it Frank Wright? Not Frank Wright. Oh man, what's his name? When they beat the Patriots. It wasn't Frank Reich. Nick Foles is the quarterback. I don't think that's a Hall of Fame coach. Thank you. Peterson. I don't think he's a Hall of Fame.
He got booted out the league after Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Peterson.
Pete Carroll, he won. He's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Is he he's probably a bigger college Hall of Famer than NFL.
Nah. The run he had in Seattle was pretty good.
It was better than the USC years?
I mean, no, it wasn't better than USC, but
that's what I'm saying. He's his bigger.
He should have never come back to the NFL. That's what he should have. He should have left off with the Seattle run and just been happy about it. That's what he should have done. He really played himself.
I mean, it's like, what else does he have to prove? It's not damaging. Everybody know the Raiders is trash.
Does Notre Dame have a Hall of Fame, like their own Hall of Fame? I know they have the hall with the trophies and the Heisman.
No, we do not have a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they don't. Notre Dame needs a Hall of Fame, bro. At this point, don't you think they need a Hall of Fame?
All the money we be building stuff with, we got an art museum and don't have a Hall of Fame building.
Dude, Notre Dame needs a Hall of Fame. It's a lot of players that need to be inducted. I think Brian Kelly would be considered a Hall of Fame Notre Dame coach.
Absolutely,
has to be.
Who would be the first group of Hall of Famers in Notre Dame? That first class.
Group.
The first class.
How many?
They usually take what? 10?
Let's say 10. Let's say
Lou Holtz got to make it.
I think all the championship coaches have to make it. Every coach that's ever won a national championship has to make it.
That's 3. So that's Lou, Era, Divine, Newt. That's 4. Okay, so there you got.
That's a good conversation. That's a good conversation. Oh, wait. So let's just say automatically that we just say 10. And then that's not including the coaches. The coaches are going in.
Yeah, Coach. Is Coach Kelly going in? Coach Kelly going to be like, whoa.
No, not first ballot. No, not first ballot. No.
I mean, 10 years and you the winningest head coach?
He's not first ballot. No.
Oh, man. No. It's going to be tough then.
No.
It's going to be, okay, so.
Not first ballot.
So the coaches is in. Okay.
Any championship coach is in.
Boom.
He's in.
Now where are we going?
Then your Heisman winners.
You gotta put
Tim Brown has to be one of the first ones.
But he gonna be first class out of all.
Yes. Your Heisman winners bro.
Okay, so Tim's in there.
Yeah, your Heisman winners have to go.
So Tim's in there.
Johnny Lou Jack, Bertelli,
Horning.
All seven go in. All your Heisman winners go in.
Okay, they don't do that. Okay, but first team, you got to take all.
Yeah. All 7 of your Heisman winners. Heck yeah. Yes. Now we only have 3 spots. Now this is when it gets tricky.
This is where it gets tricky.
We're talking about first ballot.
First ballot, guys.
3 spots. Man.
What would qualify you if you took the award winners, you took the championship coaches? What comes after that?
How do you need a cutoff year? It's literally the Notre Dame Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Oh, the cutoff year is the start year.
The start year, yeah. Oh, I think they're saying they need a dude.
What would be the qualification after Heisman and championship coaches? Like, what's the? Oh man, because then it just come down to your favorite players.
Now this is where I wish we had loose emoji around, bro.
Yeah.
The great historian himself. He would be able to tell you, like, whew.
Who would be in the first five up for debate?
The first five up for Alan Page would be up for debate, for sure.
Okay. You got to have a quarterback in there.
Wait. Because see, if you do a Notre Dame Hall of Fame, that's all sports too now.
Oh, okay. Well, then you got a lot of people to put in.
The Hall of Fame just wouldn't be football. So,
right. Or the Ring of Honor. They call it the Ring of Honor.
So Muffet would have to be first ballot.
Muffet's first ballot.
First ballot.
Maybe one of them softball or baseball coaches or something. Swim coaches.
With Digger Phelps.
An announcer would go in there. Yeah, Digger.
With Jack Noble, you talking about? Yeah, you would put an announcer in there.
Announcer would get in there.
Yeah, a couple of the announcers. That would be cool, but I wouldn't put that with the 10 guys. Muffet doesn't.
Bray would be on the fringe for me.
He's not first ballot. Mike Bray's not first ballot. Not in my opinion. Not in my opinion. Nah. Not in my opinion.
The lacrosse coach, yeah, he'll be in there.
I got one that's tricky for you. Because she changed. She's South Bend zone.
Nielle gotta be in.
Not Nielle. I don't know if Nielle's first ballot.
What?
I don't know.
She won one, coached one, and is coaching now.
I mean, wouldn't Bruce Riley go in over Nielle?
No, because Nielle also brought one as a coach to the Notre Dame. That's another level. She coached and played and got championships in both, and has produced all the best players in the WNBA right now. Like
the lacrosse coach has to be first ballot.
The lacrosse coach in there, yes, for sure. Because he won back to back.
He can go in with the other coaches.
Player wise, if we could just do the top 10 player wise, Skylar Diggins is in there.
Skylar definitely is first ballot.
Manti might be first ballot.
I will have Manti as consideration. Absolutely.
But if Manti's in there, Jeremiah Love's in there, but I don't know if we talking all time.
Not right now. No.
We talking all time.
He needs to marinate a little bit.
Montana, but we talking
Montana
Notre Dame. We talking Notre Dame though, not NFL.
He won a national championship. What are you talking about?
Oh, true. I be thinking of the 49ers all the time. Okay. Montana's in there. Harrison Smith might be in there. I mean, what would be considered first ballot? These are the greatest of great people to come through.
That's what makes it so difficult. You're talking about first ballot, bro. First ballot? Like, I'm having a problem. Would I consider? No, none.
Heavy hitters.
Yeah, man. Especially if we only have 3. Now, Quentin Nelson, I would put up there as first.
Quentin Nelson gotta be.
He would be on the list. So who we get?
Quentin Nelson is on the list to me for sure.
Who would be in the room to present these guys? This is dope. So who would be on the committee to present these guys? Right? Loose emojis. He would have been perfect. Eric Hansen is the OG. Him, Priester.
Yeah, journalists. There'd be journalists get in there.
Him, Priester. Then you have like a few of the older players, maybe Reg, who's worked at the university, knows the history.
Man, Notre Dame, I feel like Notre Dame would be funny how they do a first team. Their first ballot would be wild. I think if we compared to what we think the first ballot is, their first ballot would probably be wild.
It's crazy.
As
just
in the
talking
first
about
people
this,
to get in, yeah, it'd be crazy.
Like literally just talking about this right now, that's a very difficult task, bro.
Because it's been too many years and too many historic eras and moments.
Yes.
Who ranks them and how do you rank them?
Yeah. And then you just can't fall in love with the stats because the game has changed.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's why you gotta have moments.
Because like for me, Will Fuller with that, I would be like, oh, Will is up for consideration, right?
But not first
but not first ballot.
It's a whole different thing when you talking about getting in and then being the first in.
So is Jay Smooth first ballot?
He's getting in, but he ain't first ballot.
Jalen Smith not first ballot?
I would just think that there's some accomplished, decorated champion in the history of Notre Dame outside of Jalen just being a freak of nature and a clear first round pick. But, that's why I said Notre Dame's top first class might be totally different outside of a Heisman winner,
Justin Tuck, I don't know if he's first ballot, though. Because I wouldn't put Justin Tuck in over Bryant Young. I would. If I were in the room and there were debates going on about Justin Tuck, who I know has the sack record, I watched both of them play. And I think Bryant Young was just...
Who of the running back room is in consideration?
Alan Pinkett would definitely be in consideration. Definitely. You talking about a dude that did it year after year after year? Yeah. When you didn't pass the ball, they knew you were running the ball.
Yeah.
And Alan Pinkett's like, what, 5'9"?
My goodness.
Yeah. Man, how tall is Alan Pinkett? I mean, he's very short. He's very diminutive. And it's impressive what he was able to do. 5'9". Yes, he's 5'9". That's what I thought.
The Indy Hall of Champions. Marcus Freeman would get in eventually.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to win something, though.
Yeah, he would get in. I agree with that. He would get in. Let's go down some of these. See what the chat is saying, Left. Let's see. I'll just pull up the name and you tell me yes or no. First ballot. Let's see. Luke Breeden said Harrison Smith.
We got to stick to just football. But if it's just football, Harrison Smith should be in there. If it's just football. Top 10 just football, Harrison Smith's in there.
Xavier Watts. Josh Buffalo.
See, the thing is, then you have to, when you say Xavier Watts, now you got to start thinking eras. You got to start thinking all type of things. But from what he did at Notre Dame and the team success that he was on, he can be considered a guy like Harrison. He won Nagurski. He was up for the Thorpe. He was in playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of picks, led the country in picks. I mean, yeah, you can.
Now, you're right. Someone just put this in there. They're absolutely right. This person should go in with the coaches group. First ballot, Joe Moore. Literally, the award is named after.
Yeah.
Joe Moore. So for the best offensive line.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, like Jack Swarbrick would be in the Hall of Fame, first ballot.
Is Harry first ballot for you?
Oh, absolutely.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, but that's my bias. I think Swarbrick is first ballot.
Oh yeah, that's like special on. He's like a special wing for like contributors and ads and stuff.
Yeah, he's in there. He's in there.
Absolutely.
So
Jack is in first rip.
There's some guys. Yeah, there's some guys that'll be first ballot for sure.
Okay, so Floyd Fuller, Golden Tate. Any of those guys first ballot for you?
Floyd, Fuller, they will be definitely in. But who had the bigger impact of the three? My bias is obviously Will, but I think Floyd put up the better numbers of the three. But Tate was almost more memorable, oddly enough. So,
yeah. I just think, bro, that's a difficult task, especially as late at this point. Maybe that's why the university feels at this point, so many years have passed. That it might be too difficult at this point. Because you would just have to just put mass groups in all at one time.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you couldn't just get 10. Because then it's like the first class means something, though. That's the thing. Like your first class means a lot.
Everything. Yeah.
So that argument over the first class going forever, you know.
Ooh, what about Zorge?
He be in there. You know,
would Brady get in first ballot? Do you think Brady would be the sentimental first ballot?
Oh, I don't even want to think about it. He'd be in there, but oh my God.
He probably would be in there. Yeah, I think Alan Page, I think Tony Rice would get consideration. Ross Browner definitely would get consideration. Rocket would get consideration. Montana, like we said. And then all the Heisman winners are in there. They have to be first ballot. Just have to be. I don't even think it's close. Yep. It's a lot of names, bro. Notre Dame, you need a Hall of Fame. I know you don't like to deface the inside of the stadium. They don't like to deface the inside of the stadium, but with that monstrous building you're putting up, it would be absolutely dope if there was a Hall of Fame on campus for recruits to come and see all of the great Notre Dame players of the past. It would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Heck, I think it would be dope. Even if you charge $2 admission, you know how many other fans from other teams would love to come and go through that museum or that Hall of Fame?
Realize we have the most players drafted to the NFL out of any college.
Yeah, because they go to the College Football Hall of Fame. The College Football Hall of Fame, they go see that when they come in town. So I'm sure they would go to the Notre Dame. And the fans coming in.
They'll go to the bookstore and they'll go over to the museum.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. You want to hear one more stat as we close this out and get ready to move on to the top 10 returning quarterbacks in 2026 left? This is an amazing stat, bro. This what makes Bill Belichick even more profound, because a lot of people will say something simple like Tom Brady made Bill Belichick. Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah.
Okay. Percentage of seasons with a top 10 defense. You ready for this, Left?
Here we go.
Drew Brees, out of 19 years had a top 10 defense 2 times? Patrick Mahomes has had a top 10 defense 12.5% of the time. One out of 8 seasons. Patrick Mahomes has had a top 10 defense. Aaron Rodgers. Twice. 2 out of 16 seasons. For 12.5%. Peyton Manning. 4 seasons out of 17, he had a top 10 defense.
Top 10, wow.
Top 10. So I want you to listen to that. It's Breeze at 10.5, Mahomes at 12.5, Rodgers at 12.5, Peyton Manning at 23.5. You ready for this? Tom Brady had a top 10 defense 15 out of 21 seasons. That's crazy. That's crazy. You want to try to tell me that dude made Bill Belichick? Tom Brady had a top 10 defense 72% of the time he took the field.
That's insane.
That's insane, bro. That's insane. Hey, man, Bill Belichick kept up his end of the bargain. He had the GOAT at quarterback, but he kept up his end of the bargain.
Absolutely.
That's wild. Do you see the distance between Tom Brady and the other great quarterbacks?
It's like 60% difference.
No, it's like a 48% difference. 48% difference. That's crazy. That Mahomes stat is crazy.
Yeah, the Mahomes stat's crazy.
That's crazy. 1 out of 8 seasons.
And got 3 of them things.
That's crazy.
Or he had 2 of them.
That's crazy. Man, that's absolutely crazy. Lucky Lefty podcast. All right, guys, go over to Bleav Network. Tap in with the audio edibles each and every day. Apple Podcast, Spotify, presented by FanDuel, FanDuel.com. You go to FanDuel.com and you'll see all of your Super Bowl prop bets. Super Bowl MVP. Just take a guess. Who would you have, Left? Just say a name. Who do you think is going to win Super Bowl? Got Sam Darnold. He's plus 110 to win the Super Bowl MVP. Plus 110. Of course, his counterpart, Drake May, is at plus 230. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba is at plus 600. The sleeper, in my opinion, is Kenneth Walker III, who has been getting busy in the playoffs. Especially with Zach Charbonnet down due to that ACL injury. Plus 850. Hey, I know one thing. At plus 4,500, if this person wins, boy, Cardi B is going to go crazy.
Crazy.
If your boy Stephon Diggs wins it at plus 4,500. You can find that, all of your prop bets, and much more as the Seahawks are a 4.5-point favorite. Super Bowl 60 over at FanDuel, FanDuel.com, or download the FanDuel app. All right, Left. Off season, you get all types of lists, predictions, things of that nature. And someone came up with the great idea to rank the top 10 returning quarterbacks in college football. And I sent this to you earlier. And what was your response when you initially saw it?
This is the top 10 highest paid quarterbacks in college football. I'm just glad that our guy is in the group of 10, which means he's in the running, because this list also is a list full of interchangeable spots. I think this is 1 through 10 in no particular order. A lot of it because we just don't know how it's going to play out with these guys. They're all talented, but which one has the actual it factor? They all actually have great payment plans. Darian got 10. CJ got some money in a car lately. Josh Hoover signed for a bunch of money. Sorsby wanted 5. Archer's getting 8 last year. Had to take a pay cut, rich man. Julian getting paid around 3 or 4. Dante got paid 8 to come back. Sam getting 8 or 6 or something like that. So these guys are getting handsomely paid. Does this mean these are the top 10 most talented? No. But this just shows where the market is. It's the top 10 quarterback market. This is what it takes to get a competing quarterback in what people hope is a playoff run. Having a top 10 quarterback is saying these are the top 10 teams getting into the playoffs. That's what you're paying for. So, yes, we're paying CJ to get into the playoffs this year. That's why he's on the list. And he's supposed to be a Heisman in this. So it's good that he's 6 because he has room to grow and room to fall. But as the expected Heisman, you probably won on the list. But that just shows that your team is the best on this list. If you're the best. So it's interesting odds.
I'll say this. I think we're talking about what's deserved. What is deserved? I think CJ deserves to be higher on this list. I have no problem, and people will get mad. People will get mad. I have no problem with CJ being 4th on this list. If I were to rank these 10 guys, CJ would be 4th. But Arch Manning would be 5th. The most disrespected quarterback on this list is Jaden Mayava. If we're going by what has been done. The man was ranked as the number 1 quarterback in the nation, statistically. Once again, we're talking about what has been done. There's no way he's behind Sam Levitt. No way. There's no way he's behind Darian Mensah. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's no way he's behind Josh Hoover. Absolutely not. And I'm a Notre Dame fan, but I'm not about to sit up here and hate on this young man that put up numbers. I'm not. Can't do that. You can say with SHAUN, he loses both of his wide receivers. You're right. But he still has Tanuk Hines. You're right. But I can only go by what was done last year. That's it. That's it. There's no way Jaden Mayava is not a top 4 quarterback on this list. None. None. He was the best passer rating. Just look at the stats. Just look at the stats. It's just crazy. He led the nation in QBR 91.2. That means he was better than Julian Sand, who was 2nd. Fernando Mendoza was 3rd. Diego Pavia was 4th. Trinidad Chambliss was 5th. Another person that's getting disrespected, who was sixth in QBR. Sixth in QBR is Gunnar Stockton. How is Gunnar Stockton behind Sam Levitt? How? How is he behind Brendan Sorsby? How? Now, I know
the highest paid list.
I know JD Piquel is also saying last year, but I'm projecting. And maybe his projections have something to do with the team they're going to. Right? But what about the OC in the system at Texas Tech makes you think Brendan Sorsby is going to all of a sudden explode? Josh Hoover with Cignetti, I get that as you project. I get that. Darian Mensah, left. You watch quarterbacks. Is he better than Cam Ward?
No.
Okay. Is he better than Carson Beck? I'll take your opinion.
He's the middle.
Say it again.
He's the middle.
Okay, so he's in between Carson Beck and Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Sam Levitt, I watched him at Arizona State. Levitt, he's not not better than Gunnar Stockton. He's
not in love with him.
He's not. I don't care if he is going to LSU. Who's protecting him? That's just the Lane Kiffin effect. Lane can take any quarterback. Okay. All right. Okay. The 9 and 10 is absolutely disrespectful. You expect them to get worse? We expect Gunnar Stockton and Jaden Mahava to get worse. Matter of fact, just for Roosevelt, your guy was 14th in the nation. 14th in QBR. 14th. Ninth in the nation in EPA. I'm just saying, love. Sorsby was 10th in the nation in QBR. So maybe he gets a bump going to Texas Tech. I just gave you the stats. He was 14th in the nation in QBR. And he was a quarterback of a middling ACC team. And got outplayed by Luke Altmaier from Illinois, who, by the way, Luke Altmaier was 12th. Luke Altmaier was a better quarterback than Darian Mensah last year.
Yeah.
He beat him head-to-head and was better statistically. Refute that. Guess who was 8th in QBR, left? 6 spots ahead of Darian Mensah. As a first-time starter. As a first-time starter, guess who was 6 spots ahead of Darian Mensah?
Who?
It's the stats. Don't get back. It's the stats. CJ CARR.
Oh, yeah.
CJ CARR. Now, projection, and I love him, but Dante Moore was 18th in QBR. He was 18th. The ceiling is incredible. Ceiling is incredible. The talent, arm talent, incredible. I need better for you, son. I need better from you. But I understand from projections, I understand why he has Dante Moore first.
Right.
18th in the nation at QBR that's not going to get it done. You know who else shocked me that they were really low in QBR? I expected them to be better. Ty Simpson was 21st in the nation in QBR, bro. 21st. You know, one guy that I think needs to be on this list that's not on this list, and I think it's quite disrespectful.
Who?
I'm shocked you haven't said his name yet or haven't asked where is he.
Oh, Desmond Williams.
That's one. That's a great call. That's a great call. Desmond Williams is a great call. There's one more guy out there that I know you like, that I know when I say his name, you're going to be like, wait a minute, where is he? By the way, Sam Levitt was 49th in the nation in QBR last year, by the way. 49th. But he's ranked higher than, projects higher than Jaden Mayava. Very interesting. And better than Gunnar Stockton. Yeah, just saying. Very interesting. 14th in the nation in QB, 13th in the nation. Another quarterback that was better than Darian Minson. CJ Bailey from North Carolina State.
Yeah, he's prospected.
I mean, you can't have him over Sam Levitt on this list.
Right.
Even if you're projecting, you can't have him over Sam Levitt. Arch Manning, by the way, was 34th in the nation in QBR.
Well, we know his is on a curve.
That's ugly.
He's graded on a curve.
That's ugly. Oh, the young Pitt quarterback. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. The
Hainshu is probably terrible.
The Hainshu. I don't know if he started so late. I'm not sure if he was eligible. Let me see. He's not in the top 50. Mason Hainshu was 71st. You can blame Notre Dame for that. Notre Dame and Miami. Because he had to play Notre Dame and Miami the last month of the season. And that great start he got off to just went in the tank. Both of those games. 71st. Yo, I didn't know DJ Lagway was 68th. Dylan Raiola was 57th. My Lord. Sheesh. Kevin Jennings was down on the list. And then Bear Bachmeier that Notre Dame's going to see in October at BYU. He was 20th in the nation. Marcel Reed was 15th, Left. Do you think he can hop into the top 10?
Maybe. I mean, it's an
it?
open list.
Yeah. But yeah, CJ, for me, I wouldn't have a problem with people having him in the top 3. He would be 4th on my list because I would project, but I will also go based on what has been done. Pushing my projection, and Gunnar Stockton and Jaden Mayava would make my top 5. Arch Manning would not make my top 5. Arch Manning would probably be where CJ CARR is, in my opinion. Brendan Sorsby, Josh Hoover being with Curt Cignetti. See, this is the thing. He's going to be far more efficient, but Curt Cignetti quarterbacks don't put up gross numbers. Right. Because his offense is balanced. They put up efficient numbers. His completion percentage is going to be incredible. He's probably going to have a high QBR, but just raw numbers like passing yards, all of that. he's probably going to be middle of the pack. Like I said, Mendoza was third. He was third. Julian Sand was second in the nation. How I just don't know how much better Sand is going to get left.
Right.
I wasn't impressed with him coming down the stretch in that Big Ten championship game and then in the matchup against Miami. I just wasn't impressed with what I saw.
Well, he's very much built like CJ in terms of he can make the guys around him. The guys around him can make him play better.
Yeah.
But look at both Julian Sand and CJ CARR as individual athletes. It's not going to wow you on any stat sheet or numbers. So their individual talent is never going to be or can be weighed as a standalone and say, oh, that's the value that they're bringing to this team. They're in the top 10, in my opinion, and in a lot of ways tied together because they both are guys that can make the other players around you better if their talent is good. So, these two guys on teams not in the top 10 right now, who knows where they would land due to their individual prospective talent. I believe that a focused offense around CJ with the talent at Notre Dame, he can be a 4,500-yard guy, 40 touchdowns, whatever. But I also think CJ, not around the resources at Notre Dame and somewhere else, you're going to get whatever the talent you have on the team is. At Notre Dame, you can squeeze out 4,500 yards and 40 touchdowns because that's the talent. At Rutgers, you probably squeeze out 25 touchdowns and 2,900 yards, right? So I think CJ can capitalize with what's around him as opposed to, you dropping these guys off in the middle of nowhere and saying, okay, do the same thing everywhere else. I think that's a little different.
Yeah. So that's the list. CJ deserves to be higher, in my opinion. I just don't understand the disrespect for Gunnar Stockton and Jay Mayava, bro. I'm like, what are we talking about right now? It's not like Lincoln Riley doesn't have a history of being able to coach the position either. Like, if there's one thing he can get right, it's his quarterbacks. So that's wild. Super chat left. Ed379, we appreciate you. Who's on this list now is most likely to be last year's version of DJ Lagway and Lenore Sellers? Ooh. In other words, who's going to flop on that list? Let me pull it back up, love. Who would you think is going to flop?
Miami, Texas Tech.
Let me pull it back up.
Indiana, maybe.
No, I can't see Josh Hoover flopping. Not flopping. The run game's going to be good. The O-line is pretty much intact. Is he going to be Mendoza? No. Is he going to flop? I like the other ones you mentioned. I think Sam Levitt's going to flop, bro.
They're paying pretty well, so
he just doesn't do it for me, bro. He just doesn't. He just doesn't do it for me, bro. Now, perception-wise, I can say Dante might flop if Oregon doesn't get to the semifinals.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? Not flop in the sense that he's going to be bad, but in the sense of, come on, bro. You bring it back, a squad surrounding you, your second year as a starter, right? If, let's say, CJ CARR and Notre Dame don't make the semifinals, is that considered a flop?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So, maybe not from a stat standpoint, but it's like, oh no.
CJ can't. CJ unfortunately doesn't have the too much wiggle room. He's got to darn near be in the championship game.
Yeah. So I guess, Ed, I appreciate that question. That's a really good question. It depends on how you look at it, right? It depends on how you look at it, because you have, who do you think? I think Arch Manning, Julian Saint, Dante Moore, CJ CARR, they're returning starters. The guys that have it tough, and Gunnar Stockton and Jay Mayava. The guys that have it tough on this list are Sam Levitt. New system, first year, you got to make it happen. That's pressure. Darian Mensah, you're coming to a team that was just in a national championship game. Like, that's pressure. The offensive line, first of all, the right side of that offensive line, you don't have that anymore, right? They got Cantwell coming in. Is he going to play early? But once again, he's a true freshman. Mariaga, when he came in, he was highly touted. It took him 3 years to get to being that truly dominant guy over on that side. So I think their offensive line is going to continue to be physical. They're going to run with Mark Fletcher and the rest of the running backs, which is actually cool because he's not going to be asked to do what he was asked to do at Duke, was to carry the offense.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I think that helps him out a little bit. Now
you got Malachi Tony to feed.
Right, which is, oh man, throw a screen pass, bro. Let me just toss this out here to Malachi Tony and let him do his thing. Absolutely. But Sorsby, to me, dude, first of all, they play in the Pac-12s. I mean, not the Pac-12. They play in the Big 12. So it is what it is. It's not like he's playing big-time competition coming from Cincinnati. So, good question. Lucky Lefty Podcast. Lock in. Apple Podcast, Spotify. Audio edibles each and every day. Tap in with us. And then you can go over to FanDuel, FanDuel.com. As you said before, we just talked about CJ CARR needing to be higher on that ranking, or on that list in the ranking. He's at plus 750, along with Arch Manning, to win the Heisman in 2024. You can find that and much more over at FanDuel, FanDuel.com. You talk about your prop bets that you can get over at FanDuel as well. Do you remember when Devin Hester took it back on the opening kickoff left?
The Super Bowl?
2006.
Yep.
It hasn't been done. It has not been done in 20 years. There's a prop bet at plus 8,000.
Plus 8,000?
Plus 8,000 for the opening kickoff to go back. Now Seattle has a pretty explosive return. Seattle has a pretty explosive returner. I think Travion returns for New England, right?
Yep.
I think Travion returns for New England. Those type of prop bets and much more you can get at FanDuel, FanDuel.com. Download the FanDuel app. Roosevelt, he's in the ACC, my brother. I'm not about to throw a parade for Darian Mensah, and he didn't throw for 4,000 yards, bro. He threw for 3,900. Trying to bump it up.
How many times we see Virginia's quarterback throwing for 4,500 yards?
Exactly. And then yesterday, Roosevelt was like, he threw 40 touchdowns. He didn't throw 40 touchdowns, bro. Like, you really trying to talk your quarterback up. You really are. I appreciate the love, but no, bro. Let's get to it, love, because we want to talk about all of the hubbub. The Big Ten dropped their schedules yesterday. Other conference schedules have come out. It's amazing to me, Left, that when you really think about it, Notre Dame, why do you think Notre Dame catches so much flack for their schedule when you look around the rest of the top teams? Miami's schedule is horrendous. Horrendous. They play no one. Absolutely no one next year, bro. No one.
Yeah, their first game is Stanford.
The only team they play is Notre Dame. That's it. That's it. They start out with Duke, which is actually funny.
I thought the first game was Stanford.
Oh, you're right, Stanford. I'm looking at the wrong year. I apologize. Here's the release. Yep, Stanford. Then they play, well, you know, if you go for the bands, they play the Florida A&M Rattlers.
Oh, tough.
Wake Forest. And then the Chippewas of Central Michigan.
Oh.
Then they play Clemson. Then they play Florida State. Then they play Pitt. Then they play North Carolina. Then they play Notre Dame. Then they play Duke. Then they play Virginia Tech. Then they play BC. Stop playing with me. Stop. 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 That's pitiful. That's pitiful. Now, I'll go to the flip side because I think the flag bearer of the Big Ten for a long time kind of got the raw deal when it comes to scheduling. And I'm speaking of the Ohio State Buckeyes. They start out with Ball State. Then they go to Texas. They come home for Kent State.
Okay.
Then they play Illinois.
Okay.
Then they go to Iowa. And they play Maryland. You ready for this? They play Indiana, USC, and Oregon 3 consecutive games.
Ooh.
At Indiana, at USC, home for Oregon. Northwestern, Nebraska, and as always, the last Saturday in November, the Michigan Wolverines at home.
Very doable schedule, though.
That's a tough one. But if they get through that Texas game on the road, the only other game that really kind of worries you is the Indiana game.
Indiana's not tough because it won't be a tough road game.
It's at Indiana, though.
I mean, Ohio State will show up to that. They'll take over that little venue.
But that's a crazy schedule. Now that's a schedule.
I don't know because then they got Oregon at home. It's different than having Oregon at Oregon. And then what is USC? USC will flop real quick on you. So I don't know. Maybe it's Ohio State. They're supposed to be the best team every year.
And that's true. I'll give you that. It's Ohio State. So because of that, you want to hear Alabama's schedule? Now this is Alabama, the big SEC, right? Listen to the schedule, dude. Oh my word, man. They start out with East Carolina. Then they play Kentucky.
Kenny Minchie.
They play Florida State. Then they play South Carolina. Then they play Mississippi State. Their first real test to me is Georgia.
Kentucky might be something.
Love, stop playing with me.
Come on.
I know you, Kenny Minchie is there. I know we want our boy to do good, but we're talking about it's still Kentucky.
Who is Alabama?
Now that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Maybe I should pull up the Georgia schedule.
Who's he at? Because who's even Alabama's quarterback? With Keelan Russell, I like him, but
Keelan Russell and I forget the Austin Mack kid. Keelan Russell and Austin Mack.
Alabama need to worry.
Okay. Now, Alabama starts out with Tennessee State. They play Eddie George and the crew. Not Eddie George, because he's no longer at Tennessee State. They play Tennessee State, then it's Western Kentucky, then it's Arkansas. That's their first 3 games left. That's Georgia's first 3 games. Then they
I don't hear nobody say we don't play nobody.
Then they play Oklahoma. John Mateer is still the quarterback. That's all I'll say.
Boo.
Then they play Vanderbilt. That's their first 5 games. Tennessee State, Western Kentucky, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt.
Boo.
Then they play Alabama. As you said, who is Alabama? You just said that, Left. You said, but who is Alabama?
I don't know.
Then they play Auburn.
Who is Auburn?
Then they play Florida. Then they play Florida. The last 3 games of the SEC schedule: Florida, Ole Miss, and Missouri. And they end the season against Georgia Tech at the crib.
Who has a tough schedule? That's the question.
Bro, look, man.
All these seem very playoff friendly. Playoff friendly schedules. But Notre Dame is the cupcake, the softy, don't play nobody, handpicked, a la carte. You know, what are we talking about? These conferences is trying to get to the playoffs. They clearly are scheduling these buffoons. USC has a tough schedule, I guess, but that's because who is USC? Not because the schedule's tough. It's because they might mess around just like Miami with their semi-tough schedule and lose 3 games. They've done it before. That's why nobody complained, because everybody look at their schedule and be like, yeah, it may be soft, but they can lose 2 or 3 of these. Mess around.
Yeah.
They just look at Notre Dame as like, there's no way they can lose, so this is a cupcake schedule. That's how they treat us. Because clearly, if we're being objective, everybody else clearly has a weaker schedule. We don't play no Bethune. We don't play no FAMU. We don't play no Arkansas State. Like, come on, man. So until we're objective, I don't want to hear nobody talk about we don't play nobody, because nobody else plays nobody, because this is about getting to the playoffs. So let's unmask the veil. The veil is regular season schedule matters. And the key is, no, it doesn't. Everybody's trying to configure their schedule to get to the playoffs. And these conferences are all in question because the teams with the so-called tough schedules are also in question themselves of being a tough team. It's a tough schedule because your team is a tough team. Notre Dame just gets the most blame because they know we're actually good.
Yeah,
this is a good team, so all the other teams can't compare, so they play cupcakes. Whereas nobody's challenging nobody else because they're like, shoot, I mean, it's tough because they ain't that good either. You look at the SEC and the Big Ten right now, you're like, you got the Penn State Cyclones. They have an easy schedule. Now, you talk about easy schedule. They have an easy schedule. Easy. Penn State should win 10 games. Easy. What do they say? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah.
Now, that's an easy schedule. So, it's a fallacy at this point, and I think it's a bigger point to make that this is why they were pushing for a bigger playoff schedule, because we realize the playoff season is the season and the regular season is just for fun. because none of these teams are scheduling any competitive regular season games.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. And just to end this segment, before we get out of here, Lev, I'm going to give you Texas Tech's schedule, bro. Another top 10 team. You want to talk about Notre Dame, Big 12 fans? You want to come at Notre Dame? They start off with Abilene Christian, bro.
LaDainian Tomlinson?
No, I said Abilene Christian. He went to TCU. This is in Lubbock, Texas. This is at TCU, Abilene Christian.
No, he went to Abilene.
LaDainian Tomlinson? He went to TCU, bro.
No, LaDainian went to Abilene.
No, who did you? No, he did not.
Who went to Abilene? Hold on now.
LaDainian Thompson went to the TCU.
Who went to Abilene? Hold on, wait a minute. Who went to? Hold on, yeah, look that up. Who went to Abilene?
You must
Somebody.
be
Who am I thinking about this? Somebody went to Abilene.
I don't know who you might be talking about. Dude.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I messed up.
Yeah, I know LaDainian went to TCU. So
okay, I messed up. But yeah, who is Abilene then? You know,
the Abilene Christian Wildcats.
let's just mention that this is a team that the school is paying for.
Pretty much.
Name a team Notre Dame's paying for. We're playing at NFL stadiums. They're paying teams to play them. So that's the difference. There's no team on Notre Dame's schedule that we have to pay them to get them to play us. Every team we've talked about is paying at least one or two teams to play them on their schedule. So I don't want to hear about Saul. Tell us, who are we paying on our schedule? Even though they may be trash, who are we paying to play us though? Because these are all respectable programs. We're not paying Rice. Rice is a top program. Not top as an elite, but they're not a FBS school.
Right.
Rice would have felt offended if we offered them money to play us. No team on our schedule is asking for a check. All these other teams that are on this that we've talked about is asking and paying some money for them to play. So we can't have a weak schedule. At least we're playing teams that have respect for themselves.
All right, you ready for the rest of the schedule, bro? Because it's about to get pretty laughable. Abilene Christian, Oregon State, Houston. Then they stay in the same city and play Sam Houston. Then they play Colorado, Arizona State, Cincinnati, Arizona, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Baylor, and TCU. They don't even play BYU, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Your best two teams in your conference don't even play each other. I'm going to say it again. The best two teams in your conference, Big 12, don't even have the kahunas to play one another.
Who else?
That's their schedule.
Jesus. What about Georgia?
You told me to stop reading Georgia's, dude.
Oh.
I read it and you were like, no, don't even worry about it.
What about Ohio State? Oh, no.
No, we did Ohio State.
I'm trying to think of all the people that be chatting about we have such a weak team, a weak conference. We need to join the conference. Who are these other teams? So we can put it out here right now.
So, before we get out of here, somebody actually supports what we've been saying. They support and feel the same way. Mark Ingram, who is 1/3 of the Triple Option podcast, had this to say when it comes to Notre Dame and their schedule and independence.
They don't have to join no conference because they got the muscle to be able to say, if I'm a top 12 team, I'm getting in the playoff, whether you like it or not. So I respect Notre Dame because they just drop their nuts. They drag them on everybody, and now they're getting in the playoff.
Mark Ingram is wild.
That's right.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's what he said. He said it. And I'm not mad at him. Mark, run it back.
A top 12 team, I'm getting in the playoff, whether you like it or not. So I respect Notre Dame because they just drop their nuts. They drag them on everybody, and now they're getting in the playoff. They're getting in the playoff if they're the number 12. You play Wisconsin, Rice, Michigan State, Purdue, North Carolina, Stanford, BYU, Navy, Miami, Boston College, SMU, and Syracuse.
That's 2026 season.
Yes.
They're in.
Yes.
There's one spot that's in.
They're in.
How about that?
Well, hold on. They've got Miami. They've got a really good BYU team. But that's it. You're right. Those are the two big challenges as of now.
Where they play
looking
BYU?
at the schedule.
Where they
At
play
BYU.
I don't think
this is a schedule to be in the playoff, though.
Yeah,
correct.
If you got to beat BYU and Miami to get into the playoff, obviously they lost to Miami last year. That's why Miami got in over them. So they'll be looking for that. But
they don't have to beat them both.
Yes, you have to beat one of them. You go, you lose one game, even two, you're going to be in the top 12.
They're in.
I don't know about two. Two would make me feel anxious.
They lost 2 games this year and they were in the top 12.
Hold on, Mark. Let me do an exercise here. All right. Final college football playoff rankings of the quote unquote regular season come out. Alabama is number 11. Notre Dame is number 12. You're tied or out. The Irish are in. Go.
We need to win more games.
Oh, come on. That's not what you're good.
Even Mark Ingram was like, yo, it is what it is. We need to win more games.
Yeah, and it just shows that, side note real quick, what a shame, Shrewsbury. Good grief. How do you lose that game? When I last saw the game, we was up like 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
We was up like 20 points on Virginia. How did we? Did you see it? SD, we were up so much in that Virginia game. How do you lose that game by 3?
Man, look.
I just had to talk about it because it was just, I thought we was about to pull the upset by margins.
Lucky Lefty Podcast. I would like to commend Emil Wagner, Eli Raridan, and Malachi Fields for putting in work, according to all reports, at these games.
Yeah, they said Malachi Fields is dominating.
They say Malachi Fields is left. We begged Notre Dame to get him the ball all year.
All year.
We're watching the film like, please throw this dude the ball. Please.
All year.
Just put it up.
They literally put it on. They literally put on a documentary, laughing, how they're like, just run the play again and throw it to him, guys.
Like,
don't what they say. Don't overthink it. Exactly. Don't overthink it. Just throw it to him. And what are they doing in the Senior Bowl? Just throwing it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I think he's boosted through having that gold helmet on. Once again, this is another evident proof that a transfer receiver works out at Notre Dame.
Thank you for the super chat, Catfish Kelly, Dirty Plunger. We dragging nuts 2026.
I mean, we got to.
And Cat Mark Ingram said that, bro. And
No way we don't
almost
put
lost.
45 points. Put 45 points a game. Drag them all over 45 points. That's every game.
Oh man, Urban Meyer almost lost it, bro.
Everybody knows the feeling. He's like, man, they in an advantageous situation.
Yeah, I agree. That's what's up, Catfish Kelly. I think it's a lot of Notre Dame fans that are going to adopt that phrase.
Like, people call our sorry games. Let me look at this schedule real quick. Come on, so we can just make the comparison of what people call sorry when these people are playing the same games. Hold on.
Yeah, man. It's upsetting.
Okay, so Wisconsin is sorry? Come on now. We don't pay Wisconsin. Rice? Okay. Rice is because they are a very smart academic institution. It's hard to get into Rice. We have a lot of respect for Rice. Academically. It's a tough spot to get in. You just don't walk into Rice. That's a respect game. Michigan State will not be sorry next year. Michigan State is a respectable program. You think we're gonna pay Michigan State $1 million? They would look at us and be ashamed. They're like, well, how dare you? So you saying that's sorry? I mean, compared to Bethune-Cookman, Bethune-Cookman or Michigan State, who's the tougher matchup? Central Michigan or Michigan State? Okay. I was just checking. Purdue, we make Purdue look bad, but Purdue be giving other people problems. Last time I saw, we can put 66 on Purdue, but Purdue be giving other people some struggles.
Left. I saw your tweet. You might want to take Ohio State out of that.
Who are they playing?
Bro, they play Indiana. They play the two best teams in their conference, bro. They literally play the two best teams in their conference.
Can we talk about the rest of their schedule?
I'm just saying.
We played two playoff teams and they called our schedule weak. We played two playoff teams and they called ours. We actually played the national championship runner-up and they called our schedule weak. We won 10 games. Wait a minute.
Texas. They go on the road to play Texas and they play Indiana on the road. Come on.
You talking about the same Texas?
Wait. You're comparing that to Texas Tech.
You're talking about the same Texas team that went to triple, quadruple, quintuple overtime with Mississippi State.
All I'm telling you is there are.
You talking about the 9-3 Texas that falls short every year? Who are we talking about?
There are two teams that you put on that list that don't belong there. That's all I'm saying. I have no problem with the post.
Who is the other team?
Georgia's schedule is crazy. No, not Georgia on that list.
Yeah, not Georgia. No, not Georgia. These teams
wasn't Miami.
Definitely wasn't Miami.
Well,
definitely wasn't Indiana.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's the only team.
And that's debatable because what is Texas? What is Texas?
It's beyond debatable. Come on, man. That's a
Ohio State get credit for two good. Can we look at the man? I'll look at it. They don't even worry about it. SD, I got you.
Leave it up.
We can be objective.
Because the Buckeye fans are going to come for you.
You brought it up.
Buckeye fans are going to come for you.
Let me do my part and be objective because maybe I can be wrong. I can say I apologize, but let's look at it.
I'm just trying to keep the Buckeye fans off your neck.
No. Get them on me because we got to address this. Okay, let's talk about it. Ball State. Whoa. Ball State. Who on the schedule that we play comparable to Ball State? Just give me one. Give me one. Try. Rice will ball out on Ball State. But I digress. Now I know they play Texas. Okay. But we talk about a consistent schedule. I know a lot of teams in college football that like to play big games and then like to take a break the next week. Play huge games and take a break next week. Not Notre Dame because we play Miami and play Texas Tech the next week. That's us. We ain't taking no bye week after, no bye week before, no FBS team after a big game because of an emotional win. We don't do that. But let's look at Ohio State. So let's start with Lollipop Ball State. That y'all paying to come to Columbus. Ball State is going to take the bus to get to Columbus. I don't want to hear anything, Ohio State. They got to take the bus to come to y'all to get $1 million. Y'all telling me that's a game worth coming to? I don't think so. Okay, then you say, let's show everybody that we are playing a tough schedule and fly after this practice game of Ball State, this warm up and seeing what we can fake the other team out with. They're not even going to run anything that you – this is how you know this is a lollipop game. Nothing against Ball State, Ohio State will run. Nothing. You're going to see Ram versus Texas. You know why? Because they don't have to.
Left.
You think Ohio State's going to dig in their bag on Ball State? Absolutely not.
Left.
Steve Sarkisian's going to be like, what? We can't even watch the first week.
The Ohio State schedule.
We can't even – no, let me finish. We can't even watch the first week. Throw the game out. We got to watch the playoffs of last year and Ryan Day's terrible 13-point play calling. That's what we got to watch. And the game before that was 13 points. So what are we really watching? No, let's go.
Don't stand on that island by yourself.
No, you with me. You're with me. This is the
lucky not.
You with me.
I am
you
not.
Agree.
I am not dying
you
on that.
Agree.
No, I do not.
You agree. Okay, so you telling me. So you telling me.
I told you on record.
On record, I know you agree though. Okay, so you
take Ohio State off of that list.
So you don't agree with the first game they're playing?
I'm talking about their schedule.
Okay, we going one by one because we gotta add it. We gotta do the math, SD.
All right, it's tougher than Notre Dame.
I went to a second school where we had to show our math and we had to show our work. We had to scrap paper. I know you know about the scrap paper. We had to scrap paper where we had to show our work. Okay, we showing the work.
Still have scrap
Ball
paper
State.
Right
That's right. That's right. Put it down. Ball State is what? A practice game. We're not counting that. Okay. So that's a lollipop game to warm up for the Texas game, right? And we can say that Notre Dame would never do that. We don't do that. Okay, so you say it's comparable to Rice. I guess we'll give you that. So they play Texas. What is Texas? A non-playoff team. I know that. I know they didn't make the playoffs last year. I know they was crying and begging and saying, well, we did this and did that. They a 9-3 team. Last year, they only scored 7 points against y'all. So what are we really saying about Texas? Are we saying it's a big game? Is it a big game to Ohio State? They scored 7 points. Okay, I digress. That, in fact, the game that y'all played against Texas was the game that y'all was saying Arch Manning was a fraud. That's how bad it was. Y'all said Arch Manning was a fraud. Joe Klatt is a liar. Mel Kiper is a liar. The NFL scouts are doing it for the media. They paid media. Y'all gave us disinformation about Arch Manning because Arch Manning looked absolutely terrible. Okay, so they give you that fraud game of Texas. Then what do? What does Big Bad Ohio State do week 3? What is the competitive $63 million roster? We got the best in everything. Do the next week. What do they do the next week? Pay another $1 million. This is why they in the deficit. They make the playoffs every year and lose in the deficit because they have to pay and they're over budget. Because they paying millions of dollars for teams that come into Columbus and lose football games. Okay, so what they do week 3?
Are you planning on going to see your grandmother?
Oh, no. We gotta talk about it.
I'm just trying to make sure you got protection when you
No,
go
we
back
just talk. No, they can jump in. Cause tell me when I'm wrong. So now they pay another $1 million, $2 million, $3 million to Kent State. Are they even a program? When is the last time Kent State won 5 games? It's probably been 5 years since they won 5 games. When is Notre Dame doing that? When? Where's the toughness? We 3 weeks in, I haven't seen tough yet. This is big bad Ohio State. Okay, who we play week 3? Michigan State. What?
By the
We're
way,
already in
by
the
the
thick
way,
of it.
by the way, to answer your question, Kent State won 5 games this year.
Are they a comparable team to Ohio State? Should Ohio State, in the world of weak schedules, should Kent State ever be? And then sandwich between a quote-unquote tough game. You got a lollipop, quote-unquote tough game, and another lollipop. That's suspicious. I'm calling the FBI. This is suspicious. You 3 weeks in, Ohio State, you playing games. Okay, who they got next week? Illinois in Columbus. So 3 of the first 4 weeks is in Columbus.
Relax.
Well, relax on what? We saw a game last year at home in Illinois where they literally couldn't do anything.
Relax.
You said on the record, Ohio State didn't even put the foot on the gas.
They did not. And you refuted what I said and said, no, Illinois played them tough. That's what you said.
Illinois played them tough. Okay.
Those are your words, not mine.
What's Illinois projected to do next year against this team?
It's supposed to be a better team next year.
Is this a tough game?
I'm just telling you they're supposed to be a better team next year.
Game day gonna be there? Doubt it.
Last year.
Doubt it. Let's go to who Notre Dame play week. Purdue. I think it's the same type of competition.
I guarantee you I can find 7 teams on Notre Dame's schedule that Illinois is better than. You want me to pull it up? Because they're better than Wisconsin week 1. I know that for a fact.
Is Luke Altmaier still there?
Doesn't matter. We got a transfer.
Oh, okay. It don't matter. Okay.
It doesn't.
Okay.
We have a quarterback.
You have a shirt that says "In Luke We Trust."
Wait.
You have a shirt that says "In Luke We Trust."
That's a lie. You know that's a lie. You do not lie to these people.
Luke Altmaier is not at Illinois. It's a different game.
Guess who the starting quarterback for Illinois is? The same quarterback that walked into Notre Dame Stadium and beat Notre Dame 2 years ago. He used to be the starting quarterback for Northern Illinois.
Oh,
I'm just saying. Our starting quarterback beat Notre Dame the last time he played. That's all I'm saying. Why are you trying to come from my line? All I'm telling you is
35 points on Illinois at home. 35 points. That's a 35-point victory. Okay, 35 points on Illinois. Iowa. What is Iowa every year? These are the tough games we talking about. I mean, what are we talking about?
First of all, I'm not mad. I'm just saying you're not about to go hard on Illinois when Illinois is better than 7 of the teams on Notre Dame's roster.
I wouldn't say 7.
Notre Dame's schedule.
I would if we had. Let me do a quick. Let me.
No, I'll pull it up. You continue.
It's debatable with Wisconsin. That's a debatable.
We've been smacking them the last 5 years. How's that debatable?
It's a new year. Y'all don't have Luke Altmaier.
Wait a minute. Michigan State. That's debatable too. Michigan State's
a better team. Michigan State's a better team next year.
Then who? Left.
They're a better team.
Okay,
they're a better team. I'm not going to say they're better than. I'm not going to say they're better than Illinois.
Illinois is better than the first 5 opponents on Notre Dame easily, and it's not even close. Stop.
That's fair.
Stop.
They're not better than BYU.
No, they're not.
They're not better than Navy.
No, they're not.
They're not better than Miami.
They're better than Boston College and Syracuse. That's 17. That's 7 teams, like I said. 7 teams,
SMU. SMU?
I didn't say SMU. I
Okay.
named you 7 teams. I said
They're better than
7
Boston
teams.
College, you're saying.
Yeah. What? Okay, left.
Next year?
All right, dude.
And you're saying they're better than Syracuse. You're saying they're better
Yes.
than Friend? You like
Yes.
Friend. You like
I
Friend.
do.
You saying they're better
I
than
do.
Friend?
I do. They're better than they're better than the Fighting Angelics. They are. You can hum all you want to. You can hum all you want to.
Steve has something to say to that.
Who?
Steve.
Steve can come take this whooping too.
Steve was leading the least.
Steve can come take the same whooping that Tennessee and South Carolina took the last 2 years. They can come take it.
Steve was leading the nation in passing last year.
Okay. All right.
He got something for them in line.
All right. Yeah. All I said is Notre Dame plays 7 teams that aren't better than Illinois. That's all I said, and I proved it. I'm done. You can continue. Because what you're not about to do is get on these airways and just go at it on the fighting the lineup. I won't allow it. I just won't allow it.
Would they beat Notre Dame?
What kind of man would I be if I just let you do that?
Would they beat Notre Dame?
If I just let you do who?
Would they beat Notre Dame?
Who?
The Fighting Illini. Okay. Okay.
Why would you even ask that question?
I was just checking.
That wasn't a question. Don't get mad because I proved to you that Illinois was better than 7 of the teams.
See, the thing is about college football where it's at, we don't know who's going to be good on our schedule.
Oh, now we're doing this.
We don't know. Indiana won the championship in 2 years. What's Michigan State potential? What's Michigan State? Come on now. Talk to me. What is Michigan State's potential if IU can win in 2 years?
Who's the quarterback for Michigan State left? Exactly. You don't know.
What?
Thank you.
I didn't. Mendoza was there for 1.
I said, who is the quarterback for Michigan State? If you can name the quarterback.
I didn't know Mendoza until he started winning games.
Yes, you did. Stop. Yes, you did.
Come on.
Yes, you did. Stop.
I didn't know him at Cal.
Well, then you haven't been doing your homework.
Oh.
So you didn't watch that Cal-Miami game. Well,
He
Miami
was
came
a
back.
1-year successful guy at Indiana.
I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but Left is not being genuine right now. He's not being genuine. He's trying to prove his point. But he's not keeping it a buck right now.
So you telling me Michigan State's going to be what next year? You think they're going to be sorry?
They're better because they have better coaching.
So better coaching, if that's the ingredient, and you saw a better coaching staff.
That's one ingredient. Come on, Left. You can't make spaghetti with just salt.
The directions is in the right way. We don't know what Michigan State gonna look like in 1 year. Nobody knows. Okay, we can finish this Ohio State.
First of all, y'all
who is Maryland?
Stop line. There's no way any real college football fan like me that watches college football across the country from 11 a.m. to midnight every week knew who the heck Fernando Mendoza was. Stop. We did numerous shows in the offseason, last offseason, why he was the best transfer portal pickup at quarterback. Stop playing.
I missed the show. I missed it because I didn't know Mendoza until Penn State.
You're a cap. Now you're
Penn State.
Now you're really capping.
Come on, man.
You're capping.
Mendoza did it in a year.
Okay.
Michigan State can do it in a year.
Okay.
But I digress because that's not even the point. The point is Ohio State schedule
is better than Notre Dame's.
Ain't no way.
Tough.
Nebraska,
it's tougher than Notre Dame.
Nebraska, Northwestern. What?
I don't even get mad, bro, because you defend your university like
Michigan is in shambles. What are they gonna look like next year?
You're right. Right.
This is who they playing.
You're right.
I'm just trying to see where it gets tough.
Take the 2 toughest games for Notre Dame. What's the 2 toughest games for Notre Dame?
We don't even know.
BYU and Miami, right?
We're a championship team. There's no
Answer
team.
the question.
It's
Answer
hard.
the question.
It's hard. It's a complex question, SD.
No, it's not complex.
It's complex.
You're trying to make it complex because
No, it's look at it. It's how can I say a team? How can I say a team is competitive with us when we're the best team? We don't know who will present a challenge. But what team is greater than what? Because I look at Ohio State's schedule, I don't see nobody better than Ohio State on their schedule. So what's the difference? What's the difference? I don't see a team on Ohio State's schedule that's better than Ohio State. What's the difference?
How about the team that beat them last year?
Miami's on our schedule. Miami beating us this year?
I don't know.
No. Oh, you don't know. Come on, man.
I don't know. Are they?
Come on, man.
Are they?
Come on, man.
Is BYU better than Oregon? Answer the question. Is BYU better than Oregon?
I don't know.
Stop playing, man. Lucky Lefty podcast.
Dan
That's
Lanning?
why I gotta go.
Yeah,
No.
I'm answering it. You think Dan Lanning is better than BYU's head coach? I'm just asking.
Left.
You think Dan Lanning
Texas
is
Tech
better than
Texas Tech
BYU's head
smack
coach?
BYU? Did
I'm
Texas
just
Tech
asking.
smack BYU?
I'm answering the
You
question.
answer the question. Did Texas
I'm
Tech
answering the
bang
question.
BYU?
I'm
Did they
taking
crush?
BYU's head coach over Dan Lanning every day till Sunday.
We're not talking
Every
about
day
the
till
coach.
your church
We're talking
service.
about the
Every
players.
day until we
We're
go to your
talking
church
about the
service on
players.
Sunday.
We're talking
BYU
about the
coaching.
players. Is BYU a better program than Oregon?
Oregon was a better program than Washington and can't beat them.
They beat them last year.
They beat them when they wasn't good.
Oh, man.
When Washington played
Yes,
against
yes.
Kalen DeBoer.
Yes, bro. Loki, yes.
When
I
Washington-
have to bring back the petty train. Yes, I
When
do. I
Washington
do.
played against and Kalen DeBoer played against Dan Lanning, because we know Dan Lanning isn't good in big games. Dan Lanning is the reason how Kalen DeBoer got to Alabama.
Did Dan Lanning beat Texas Tech?
Who is Texas Tech, the high school coach?
The same team that banged BYU by double digits twice this year. That's who Texas Tech is.
That's a conference thing. You know how conferences
You
are.
don't care nothing about that conference thing. You sit up here and man, stop. You're trying to prove a point, and you keep digging a bigger hole. BYU is not better than Oregon. They're not.
I don't know that.
They're not.
I don't know that.
Miami's not better than Indiana. That's already been proven. So now what?
That was off of last year.
Give me the team. Give me the third team on Notre Dame's schedule that's equal to Texas. Find them. Outside of Miami and BYU, find me the team on Notre Dame's schedule.
We don't know what they'll look like.
Answer, I don't want to hear that because you told us what Texas was. That's what you did. You went on a diatribe and said what Texas was.
Because that's who they have. That's who their coach is.
Okay, then talk about the coaches and what the teams that are.
We playing Bill Belichick. What you say about Bill Belichick?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We talking coaches. We just went on 15 minutes talking about Bill Belichick, and we played a man. So what you taking these?
I'm done.
You taking?
Hey, man, I tried. I gave you the runway.
I'm just saying.
I gave you the runway. SMU
are we talking coaches or what are we talking about?
Luke Breeden, SMU is not Texas. Stop.
SMU beat Miami. So what are we saying?
What are we talking about, man?
SMU beat Miami. What are we saying?
Oh my God. All right, bro. Lucky Lefty podcast. Okay, man. Hey, Malachi Fields was on NFL Network talking about his week.
What are you looking to get accomplished out here this week? Your game tape's a lot of fun. We got a chance to highlight that throughout this practice. But if you had to say like maybe one or two goals that you for yourself want to see accomplished this week, what would those be?
I'll just say dominate against the best in the country because, all in this one spot right here, coming out and competing every day. So definitely just dominate the competition and just build confidence in myself and within the guys around me and just elevate the whole group.
My next question, though, is you mentioned big body receiver. I'm excellent at contested catches. What about separation? What about things of that downfield? Where's that part of your game?
Yes, sir. Definitely, working on that every day. I feel like I do a pretty good job of creating that separation. But, there's things that you can definitely do better, especially when you're out here competing against the best. They've gone up against the top receivers, So I just want to, come out here and give them my best and make sure that I'm a technician with every route I'm running.
So Malachi Fields is 45th.
He only gained his confidence because he got to experience the rock star superstardom of Notre Dame. When you play in every conference, when you moving how you moving, and you win the games the way you do, you come across a lot of guys. A lot of guys don't get to experience cross-conference competition on a daily basis. So to be able to have a little bit of taste of everything you could ask for and then to see these guys individually, you feeling good. Because Notre Dame has always been a team that's been in the field and not, segued off to where you never get to experience Big Ten if you're in the SEC, unless it's a bowl game and vice versa. But Notre Dame gives you the confidence that you can be good when you go to these things because you have a little bit of taste of everything. I know a little bit about this, know a little bit about this, heard about this guy. So I think the confidence came from him being able to be at Notre Dame and seeing the diversity and just the professionalism of it. And he's shining. Obviously, I think he's expanded on that due to having a good quarterback, man. And when you have a good quarterback, you kind of ride that wave as you go.
I agree with that. Lucky Lefty podcast as we get ready to get out of here. Just for those that try to take digs at Notre Dame, I'd like to throw up another stat, another picture that's going to support just how great Notre Dame has been when it comes to producing and developing talent in the last decade in the recent years. You don't have to believe me, just believe the stats, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out, Left. I love evidence. Exhibit A. NFL All-Pros the last decade. You see that, Left? You see the second? For those people that try to claim that Notre Dame now played this after Malachi Fields, who, in my opinion, is going to be a really good look for the Notre Dame wide receiver development room.
That's right.
Although it was only 1 year, it's going to be a good look because he's going to be second day. I think he's going to be second day. Daniel Jeremiah has him 45th on his list of top prospects. That's top 50. I think he gets in second day. Alabama with 32. Notre Dame is tied with LSU and Oklahoma with 23. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. More than Ohio State, more than Georgia, more than Texas A&M, more than Tennessee. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Where's Penn State at? You see Penn State on there?
Well, they were doing their mascot, so the graphics haven't come out yet.
I don't see Penn State.
You know the team that,
I'm going to be honest. I
don't see Miami.
Miami's, where are they? I need glasses.
Oh, this,
Right, I don't see Miami. The team that shocks me the most, though,
Wisconsin.
is Cal. No, Wisconsin usually puts forth. Wisconsin always has those linebackers. Offensive linemen. Cal at 14, that's because they have Aaron Rodgers and Jared Goff, I would assume, make up a lot of that.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers and Jared Goff make up a lot of that. Who else from Cal would be part of that? Dak Prescott would make up a lot of that. Mississippi State. Iowa, offensive line play, tight ends. You get why they're right there at 18. Ohio State, of course, but Notre Dame at 23 is tied for second. Notre Dame fans. So take that right there anytime someone starts talking about Notre Dame doesn't produce great players, take that. And as Mark Ingram, rub it all over college football, as Mark Ingram suggested. Lucky Lefty podcast. Great show, Left. Absolutely amazing show, man. It really was. The chat was amazing. The first topic about the Notre Dame Hall of Fame just turned into something that we didn't even expect. But that was a great conversation. So enjoy the rest of your evenings. For Left SD2 Mics, don't forget, subscribe on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up. It helps with the views. TikTok, X, Instagram at Lucky Lefty Pod. Please go tap in on the audio side. Bleav Network, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And we are presented by FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com or download the FanDuel app. For Left SD2 Mics, have a great evening. Love each other. But most of all, continue to make sure that you spin it
different.
We'll see you tomorrow. Ken Gibbs with us tomorrow.